by Magneto aim to destroy the world.
Go and save the city.
We have the X-Men Arcade1Up 4-player cabinet. We got some really great artwork here on the riser and the side panel. Arcade1Up did a great job replicating that 1992 X-Men artwork. Looks really fantastic. Next up we've got the marquee, which is washed out. Kind of a down point of this cabinet, which is a little unfortunate, but hey, not everything's perfect. We got the same artwork here on the side panel, another side panel here. Looks really nice. We have our Arcade1Up stool that this came with Cyclops and his Optic Blast on there. We got the same Cyclops Optic Blast on the riser. And we got our game list of X-Men, Captain America, the Avengers, Avengers in the Galactic Storm. And we've got the new 3D molded coin doors, which look really awesome, really nice touch. The Arcade1Up has added to newer cabinets. We've got our 4-player deck here with all the colors in the right spot. And we also have the light up deck protector, which I am putting on red because red is the color that looks best with this, in my opinion, because it goes really nice with the T-molding trim. Arcade1Up has done a really nice job with this cabinet. It's really a dream come true for me as I grew up with this cabinet. We're going to get into some gameplay. We're going to take a closer look at all 3 games. But yeah, this is my holy grail cabinet. Okay, so we are on our Arcade1Up X-Men unit, and we have 3 games on this excellent arcade cabinet. First up, we have X-Men. Second, Captain America and the Avengers. And third, Avengers in Galactic Storm. We're going to start with X-Men, the arcade game. I'll let you listen to the intro sequence.
X-Men.
It's a goofy Wolverine face. Love it. We're going to play as Cyclops.
In the 21st century, evil mutants led by Magneto aim to destroy the world. Humans can do nothing against the power of the evil mutant. The only hope is X-Men.
Go and save the city.
So in X-Men, we've got 3 primary buttons. We've got our jump, we got attack, and you can do jump attack if you jump and then press attack. We've got mutant powers. Cyclops here, the legendary X-Man, has got Optic Blast. He fires out of his eyes. I've got this set on hard mode. This unit from Arcade1Up has dip switches, which you can change the difficulty settings. I like to put it on hard so you have the maximum amount of enemies on the screen all at once. Using up your mutant powers will take up your life energy, unless you've got one of these blue orbs. We'll use up our powers here, and we'll show you another X-Men character. I got 1 orb here. Alright, so if you let all of your lives diminish, put in another coin, and you can change your character. Go with Wolverine. They all play a little bit differently. Some have better reach, some have more strength, some are faster, some are slower. Wolverine's got a little more reach because of his claws. And he's also got this laser barrage that he never had in the comics, but kind of a cool thing they added to this game. Okay, so there is X-Men. We'll finish these Sentinels off, and we'll just show the first boss, and then we'll move on to the next game. But we're almost there. And we'll use up our mutant powers so we can get there a little faster. There we go. Alright, let's blow these guys away. And there's been some reports that the speakers weren't good on this unit. I'll turn it up for you so you can see just how loud it is. Getting lots of bass in here. Sounds really good. I don't know if people just got bad units or this complaining for the sake of complaining. This sounds awesome. So we'll turn it back down so you can hear me. We'll go with let's go with Nightcrawler. And I'm not playing too seriously right now because we're just trying to get to the boss.
Pyro will turn you to toast.
So there's a little trick with Pyro. You can stun lock him. You just walk back, jump kick, do it right at the right time. Nothing he can do. Now if you mess up, then he's all over the place and he can cause some damage. But you can defeat him without getting hit, which I do on a pretty regular basis. But again, your timing's got to be pretty accurate. Alright, now, the nice thing about this unit is that you do not have to hold down the one player button. You can to exit the game, but in this one, you can press the live button and leave the game. A lot easier than just holding down the one player button and waiting 5 seconds. Next up, we're going to go hit up Captain America and the Avengers. It's another classic arcade game from the 90s. Grew up with both of these games, Captain America and X-Men.
The Avengers!
Notice the audio is just a little louder on this game than X-Men. And your character is going to depend on where you are on your control board. X-Men, you can select your character, but Captain America and the Avengers, you have to be at a certain spot. So here at the 1-player spot, we've got Vision. 4-player spot, we've got Hawkeye. And then, if I remember correctly, we have Iron Man at the 2-player and Captain America at the 3rd-player spot. So let's go ahead and see if I'm correct. And do player 2. Press the coin button. Yep, and there's Iron Man on the 2-player spot. One of my favorite characters. Wait for the time to go up. And you get some comic panel scenes here. Really nice touch. Showing this what the comic would look like in pixel form, I suppose. And we can skip that as well. Yeah, let's skip that. Alright, let's get into the gameplay. Alright, you can pick up objects in the ground in this one. Plays a lot like X-Men. But you have no mutant powers. You do have powers though. If you press the jump button and the attack button together, you can shoot lasers with Iron Man or his repulsor blasters. Captain America will shoot his mighty shield. Hawkeye will use his bow and arrow, and the Vision will fire a laser out of his forehead. And again, this is a very interactive game. You can pick up objects like this bench, throw them at the enemies. So one little different thing than X-Men is that there's more interactive environments in this game. The character sprites are smaller, and it works with HP instead. And the nice thing about the powers is you don't have to have mutant powers and it doesn't take away your life. And we're on some mini bosses. Okay. We got the Living Laser and Claw. And again, this is 4 players, so 4 people can join at once. Another thing you can do. Oh, we've got somebody joining our game, Wretched Hive. Let's see who Wretched Hive is going to be. Oh, we got Captain America. Took his time, so I'm guessing he wanted to be Iron Man. And if you hold down the attack button, you can get a shield. So Iron Man here has got his repulsor blaster shield. And Quicksilver's there to give us some energy. I feel kind of bad for leaving the game. It's not too often you find somebody in Captain America and the Avengers. Most people who are playing online are playing X-Men. In fact, I think it's the first time I've seen anybody join my game on Captain America and the Avengers. So, we're almost at the boss. We'll show you that, and then we'll leave the game to our friend here who joined us.
You can't escape! You will be the one escaping!
Yeah, some great English. Captain America has left the fight. Oh, now he's back. Okay. Alright, so we're getting whirlwind here. We're getting whirlwinds ourselves here. Alright, we almost got him. So there's a nice jump laser attack with Iron Man. You just jump and press the attack, and he'll shoot his laser diagonally down. Very safe move, especially against bosses. A lot of bosses won't jump up in the air, but they can shoot up in the air, like with that barrel there. Alright, one more hit should do it. Got him.
Avengers!
Alright, so he's skipping through. No one wants lots of stuff. Alright.
Avengers Assemble!
Now he's not going to be happy, but we're going to go ahead and leave Wretched Hive to fend for himself here. He didn't have a great connection anyways. He only got 3 bars. And we were getting a little bit of lag there with the game. That's okay. Hopefully he'll be able to go defeat the Red Skull without me. All right, next we're going to take a look at Avengers in Galactic Storm. And you see FeralInferno right here as 4th place for story mode. So not too bad, guys, not too bad. So all right, let's go ahead and jump into Avengers in Galactic Storm. Not too many people have aware or played this game before, but it is a fighting game from Data East, kind of in the style of Street Fighter and Killer Instinct. It uses some early 3D graphics. It looks like Arcade1Up downgraded them a little bit.
Avengers in Galactic Storm!
Because I do remember them looking a little cleaner. Maybe it's just because we don't have scan lines on. But they are a little muddy. We're just going to go to versus mode. We won't go through story mode. And you've got 8 characters you can select from in versus mode. We've got your 4 Avengers and 4 bad guys. We're just going to stick with Cap. And then you can pick your partner character. We'll go with Iron Man. Alright. So we got Minerva versus Captain America. And you got 4 buttons on this. You got 2 for kick and 2 for punch. And you can do Street Fighter style moves. So you throw your shield. She's taking care of me here. And you you can bring your assistant if you get enough of your meter filled up. To do that, you got to fill up your. You have to use special moves. And she is whooping my butt. Oh, there's Iron Man. I think we might have a double KO. Yeah, draw. How about that? A little bit of a trivia for you. We've got Lilandra there in the background. She's actually an X-Men character. Now we got our groove back. We took care of her. All right. So that's enough of that game. But just wanted to give you a little preview of what you'd be getting if you were to pick up this cabinet. People have really kind of crapped on this game. I'm not really sure why. It's not bad. It's a little missing a few frames, animation frames here and there, but it's a little. I find this game to be actually a lot of fun. I think it's a nice addition to the cabinet. Yeah, and you can play online as well with other players. And one nice thing too is that one player can either use the one-player spot or the two-player spot, and player two will either use the third player or fourth player. So you can either spread out if you'd like to, or if you're just playing by yourself, you can sit center rather than having to sit on the left-hand side of the screen. So it's a nice thing that they added. And again, you don't have to worry about holding down the player one button. You just press the live button to get out of there. There's also high scores on this game as well. As you see, FeralInferno is #1 with Dazzler. And then FeralInferno is #2 with Wolverine. Somebody has topped my high score there. FeralInferno is #4 with Colossus. I didn't play with Colossus too long. Nightcrawler, #2. Somebody recently took over my top spot there. Cyclops, #1 still, so that's good. That'd be #1 with the #1 X-Man. That's all that really matters at the end of the day. #1 Cyclops. And Storm, #2. #2 with Storm. So there we go. It's nice that they gave you a high score for each character in X-Men. Something's not working with Captain America and the Avengers. I have topped these scores that are on here, and these haven't changed in quite a while. I topped them myself. I was like, oh great, I got #1. This is awesome. Exit the game, and nothing. This has happened to me a few times in this game. Even if you don't rank on the top 10 or 15 here, it'll still show you where your place is, and it's not showing me where my place is on Captain America. If we go down to Avengers and Galactic Storm, you see in versus mode, I'm 221. I only played it for a little while, so I didn't get a high score. So I know that that's working, but for some reason, Captain America and the Avengers scoring is no longer working for online. So Arcade1Up, if you're watching, fix your software, because that's pretty poor. But all in all, this is a great cabinet. I'm really glad that I picked it up. We'll go join in here while we're talking. We'll see if anybody wants to join us while we're chatting about the cabinet, our last thoughts. But this is my give you a little background. This is my dream cabinet. When Arcade1Up first decided they were going to go into this home arcade market, I was reading about them on an article online. And I was like, oh wow, they're going to do Street Fighter, cool, and Pac-Man, and those are great games. Don't get me wrong, I love those games, but I said, I need X-Men. I was like, it's 4-player or the 6-player. There were 2 versions, there were actually 3 versions of this cabinet made. There was a 2-player cabinet, 4-player cabinet, like what we're seeing here, and then there was a massive 6-player cabinet that had 2 screens. It was a dual screen, so you had a larger play field. It's really cool. One of my best gaming memories growing up was going to a place called Putt Putt Golf and Games, and just getting all our friends together and strangers even to come join the fight in X-Men. And it was just, you'd start with maybe 3 or 4 people, and then maybe some people would drop in and out, and then by the end of the game, you've got 6 X-Men going up against Magneto and the other bosses. It's just such a great memory, and definitely playing Cyclops as in real life, trying to get people to play the X-Men game with us. Just so much fun, just meeting new people and just getting high fives when you beat a boss. And right now it seems pretty easy because you have unlimited coins, but back then, a quarter was a lot more money back in my day, and you only had so much money to play this game and to get through it, and to have more people help you was just awesome. And it was a group experience. And this was before, for some of you youngins out there, this is before there was online gaming. So to play a 6-player game was really uncanny for the time. But yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's going to join us, but I wanted to share a few memories of X-Men. Again, I wanted to start with my number 1 cabinet, doing a I don't want to call it a review, but just taking a look at what this cabinet has to offer you guys. And it's if you were a fan of X-Men in the 80s and 90s, you'll love this game if you've never played it before. If you grew up with this game and you loved it, of course you're already thinking about getting this. It's a lot of money right now. I was able to get the Target deal when it first pre-ordered, because you better believe it, I was refreshing every single store's page: Best Buy, Target, GameStop, Kohl's, Arcade1Up's own page, to see when this came available. I actually skipped Arcade1Up's initial pre-order because they were the ones that first had the pre-order the day this went for pre-order. I think it was July 15th, if I remember correctly. But they wanted way too much money and way too much for shipping. So I was like, what, I'm going to hold off. Other people are going to get it. I know Best Buy is going to, GameStop's going to get it. All these places are going to get it. It's too big not to. So I waited, and Target went live about an hour later, and it was $5.99.99, and I was right on top of it. I was emailing Complete Geek TV. I'm like, get this deal, and they were emailing me at the same time too. There you go. There's your stun lock. No damage against pyro. Just jump attack him, walk back, hit him again. Yeah, right now the normal price is about $7.50. It does come with a stool, as you saw earlier in the video. Comes with the molded coin doors, which is awesome. You got a light up marquee, a light up deck protector. This is one of their best cabinets that they've done. The only really negative thing about this cabinet is the marquee. You can't really see it on video, but if you see it in person, when it's lit up, it looks like somebody wiped it down with a dirty sponge. They must have used some cheap paper, so when the light shines through it, I know it just washes it out. But definitely a downgrade for the light up marquees, unfortunately. But this is again, one of my favorite arcade games of all time, and if you've got people you can play with, or you don't have people to play with, you got the online function. So again, this is a cabinet, multiplayer cabinet. You're not going to get necessarily as much enjoyment out of it playing one player, unless you really love this game like me. Because beat 'em ups can get stale. I know I have about 11 Arcade1Ups now. This is my second newest one, and it's probably the one I've spent the most time with so far. So yeah, it's been really it sounds kind of weird, but it's a dream come true to get this cabinet. Waited several years for Arcade1Up to do it. They finally did it. I'm glad they waited to make sure they did it right. They may do a 6-player at some point, and I'll have to make a decision whether I'm going to upgrade my cabinet or not. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But right now, I'm really happy with this. The nice thing about the 4-player is, you lose all your lives, you can change your character. So it feels less stale. Whereas with the other one, you'd have to change. With a 6-player, you'd have to change your position, because in 6-player, all the characters have fixed positions. So, but having that dual screen will be nice, and having 6 people over to play X-Men would just be another dream come true to relive my arcade memories from the past. So yeah, again, really happy to have this. I dreamt of having this arcade game as a kid, and now that we have it, it's one of the centerpieces of the game room. Again, we'll be doing a game room tour at some point as we go further down the line. So thanks again for watching, and we'll have more arcade reviews to come. And let me know what you think of the X-Men arcade game, Captain America and the Avengers, Avengers and Galactic Storm. Let me know your thoughts about those games. Did you grow up with the games? Are you interested in them? And are you interested in possibly picking up this this Arcade1Up unit? Again, look for some deals. Deals happen. And we'll see you soon. And take care. Thanks a lot.